Thank you. Hey.
Here we are with former champ Lamon Brewster here at the Promoters University. Trying to learn a little bit about being a promoter champ?
Yeah, I just wanted to, you always want to go with the experience factor. Even though I've been in the ring since I was 7, I'm now 41. I know everything that was pretty much said, but the thing is, you always want to try to figure out if somebody knows something that you don't know. And he threw out a couple of things that I think that I'm going to be able to take advantage of to just help further me as being a promoter, giving back.
He did give some good information, and you brought up some good questions. And I guess that's where that fighter perspective comes into play.
Yes.
And then, as you said, getting information from someone like Roy, who's been very successful on the club circuit.
Sure. I mean, in the cases like some of the questions I was asking him were things that I said to myself that, okay, I'm going to implement this, I'm going to implement that. Well, let's talk to somebody who's already done it. You know what I mean? Somebody who's not on that major scale, somebody who's on a scale where I'm trying to go so that I can build myself up, So, it's like in the words of Drake, we started at the bottom, now we're here. So the best place to start is at the bottom, because if you fall, you won't have that hard of a fall.
That's true, and it was an honor to sit behind you during the class, man. But one thing that I got from it is that Roy speaks the truth, and I think a lot of promoters, whether they're trying to get into business for the first time, they definitely should take a look at maybe his presentation or even attending university.
Yeah, well, that's why I don't want to let my ego get in the way. See, this is the problem with a lot of people, even in fighters. Just for instance, it's been 10 years since somebody beat Vladimir Klitschko, right? Last person to beat him was who? Lamon Brewster. It's been 10 years, I just said that, right?
Right.
Ask me how many people ever asked me how to beat him that fought him in the last 10 years.
How many? None.
And what sense does that make?
Right.
I got the roadmap to get to the top of the mountain, but your ego or your camp's ego will not allow you, and that's the same case here. You got a lot of promoters that say, oh, I got money. Oh, I know so-and-so. Oh, I'm smart. Oh, I can do this. Well, my trainer, Bill Slayton, who trained Ken Norton, he used to say the blind cannot lead the blind. So if I'm going into this blind, even though I think I know what I think that I know, why not go with somebody who can see, who's already been there, who's come back and say, look, I'm going to help show you how to get there. In his case, he has a lot of money now from doing it, and he's giving back because we're not a threat to him. Now, if you would have did this 10, 15 years ago, it'd have been ancient Chinese secret. But at this point, we couldn't scratch the surface of his success. So I'm grateful for him, and I hope that one day I'll be able to do the same.
Over 29 years of experience, I think the results speak themselves. And actually, a cool moment we just captured was you explaining to him that you're one of the many champions that got their beginning on his shows.
I sure did, man. I sure did. I never forget it, So that was a great experience. And then, and I was sitting there, I was like, wow, I never thought that I would go ahead. Well, no, okay, I believed that I would become heavyweight champion of the world, of course. But I never thought that I would see the day where I would be sitting in his class where he's mentoring me on how to do what he's doing so that the next Lamon Brewster can come along.
But as you said about ego, you're already thinking about learning what he taught you and then putting it to use, and then also sharing that knowledge.
Yeah, well, the Bible says, pride is the downfall of man, and it's like, if there's a question that I want to ask, and I'm heavyweight champion of the world. I've been in more rings than anybody I know, since the age of 7. But yet I still humble myself enough to ask a man who's been there, who's built the ring, he's built the environment for me to become a champion. So it's in my best interest to swallow my pride and go see what this man has to say, because it isn't like every day he's out here doing it. So when somebody gives you an opportunity to get some knowledge, knowledge is key. Knowledge is the power of the universe. And so I come to the whiz, if you will.
Absolutely. Now, Champ, as far as your promotional company, can you tell us a little bit about it or what you have in store?
Yeah, my promotional company is 4 Champs Promotions, and it includes 5 world heavyweight champions: Riddick Bowe, Chris Bird, Ray Mercer, James Toney, and Lamon Brewster. So what we're doing is we're actually starting on an amateur level because we want to try to help not just bring about good amateur fighters. What we want to do is try to encourage these kids to try to get out of the streets and get back into these gyms. And what we want to do is try to mentor these trainers on a proper technique, properly how to train fighters from the standpoint of the art and science of what boxing really is versus let's make some money. So we want to do that, man, help these kids to get confidence, and then we want to take these baby steps up into the pro ranks and whatnot and just see how far it goes.
And kind of like the word from the WBC convention open ceremony, mind of boxing, doing the best we can for the sport of boxing.
We got to, man, because this is our calling, this is our gift. We're warriors, man. You know what I mean? And it's like, as a warrior, I have to know how to give back to the next warrior. You know what I mean? And if nothing else, I get technical when I say, because one day when I leave this earth, when I'm judged before God, He's going to say, what have you done according to your deeds, good or bad? Well, God, I could have did this, but I was too selfish. Well, I don't want to answer for that. I want Him to say, good job, my son, and pat me on the back and open them gates for me.
Hey, well, we appreciate the time, champ. Before we let you go, any final words you got for the boxing fans, the boxing heads out there?
Yeah, man. I'm coming out the first of the year. I'm coming out with my own documentary. It's called Lamon Brewster 10 Motivational Tips, and it's basically about life. It's basically, life, chess, and boxing, they the exact same thing. And I basically put that in perspective from my standpoint, through my eyes, and I hope that it motivates people that are just trying to do anything positive in life, man.
And we appreciate that, champ. We'll definitely be on the lookout for that.
Yeah.
And obviously, True Boxing Heads behind you, but we appreciate the time.
Thank you, big dog.